SGA. 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 What's up, Smofos? Welcome to SGA Live, the show where that bridges the gap between us. I'm your mentor, Flitz. My voice is still gone from E3.
Your voice is still at E3?
My voice is still at E3, trying to play all the games it didn't get to play at E3.
You're in line for that Morpheus.
Before we get to who's on the couch, as if you didn't already know, shout outs. Anjali Vaid, who really wanted all of us to say her name. She tweeted at us like a couple days ago.
Hello, Angela
Anjali.
Vaid.
Anjali or Anjali?
Anjali.
Yeah,
are you sure?
She comes to my streams.
And she says Anjali? Does she? But did she say it out loud?
She wrote it out how to pronounce it. She wrote Anjulee.
But saying A-N can be on.
It could be
or
on. I always said Anjali and she doesn't correct me.
Dr. Diamonds, that's a great name. Did you hear about the Saved by the Bell Diamond guy who's in jail for stabbing a person? That's weird.
He's so sorry about it, too.
But it doesn't matter. He stabbed a guy. The Dragon King 564, Star Music, Jan Pintarek, Sir Rays, of course, is in the building. Davey Tudor, Anna Powell, who, as we are terrible at saying names, told me.
Could be Anna.
It could be Anna. Mm-hmm. It could be Anna Powell. Anna Powell.
It could be Powell.
Squirrel Horse, which is terrifying.
It could be Powell.
Julian Van Loon. All the shout outs. Draven Grimes. That is an amazing name.
Dude,
as well
Draven
as Justin.
Is just a sick name.
I know, right? Draven Grimes. Justin
awesome.
Balms.
He's like, it's actually Draven, so.
Welcome to SGA Live.
Draven
On the couch to my right, you know them. Some of you love them. Some of you don't see it. I don't really either.
Hashtag Sohinki.
The Marhinky.
Damn it.
Marhinky.
I said it wrong.
She said she's just all for you. The Marhinky.
Yeah, that's cute.
Hashtag Marhinky.
The animal that is the Marhinky. Who I just don't get it because, I guess because I'm in the environment where you realize they're totally more like brother and sister than like
we fight a lot.
butt-touching lovers.
We don't fight a lot.
We fight well
Sohinki likes to pick, and Mari turns into like older sister mode.
Yeah, because I'm a serious young woman.
You're not that serious.
There's nothing about you that is serious.
Well, there are some things.
I can
She's
be
like,
serious.
serious? Just took it away from her.
Serious?
I'm serious. I can be serious.
I could do
I
it.
am serious.
So
super serious right now.
So we got, I guess, the shout outs out of the way. We're gonna do more later. Conversations. The video game news realm is not amazing right now. It's post E3, so everybody's kind of cooling down. The video game companies are tapping their pockets and planning their next steps for the seasons of selling. Yeah, they're just tapping them like, oh, how much we got left? Did we go over budget? Are we under budget? Whatever. But we are actually playing Arkham Knight, which just came out Tuesday, and
when did it come out?
Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
and Jovin's been playing it a lot. I've started it, but I've gotten addicted to Destiny again.
Stop
which
it.
is amazing. Oh, it's
No, don't do it.
I just keep going back to it. But
don't.
As good as Arkham Knight is on consoles, it still has some bugs, but the PC version was pulled from Steam because it is just unplayable.
Because it's doo-doo.
Buggable.
It is the doo-doo.
It's the bugaboo.
Butter.
Who do you doo-doo?
So that being said, one of the things that it can be some analysts, video game analysts, will attribute it to, and just buggy games in general coming out is pre-ordering, the act of pre-ordering, which is still very pushed to be very, very popular, but it's become a problem, and it has not, as the times evolved, pre-ordering has essentially become unnecessary. With pre-ordering, a lot of things went away. For instance, people don't tend to turn to reviews as much anymore. They are a fan of a series. The company churns out the same something from the same series year after year. you like the last one enough, you just pre-order it. You're like, I don't need to see reviews. It's the same with Destiny. There's this whole thing that's going into marketing budgets that's making games so big and amazing that you don't really know what game you're actually getting because the game they're presenting is so freaking big and dynamic. It happened with Destiny. As much as I love Destiny, it is not as big as it should have been out of the box. They are releasing free DLC, and that's great, but still, so this is an issue. Demos, video game demos, we don't get as much anymore. They've kind of gone away. Things that have been born from, thankfully, the Steam culture are preview gameplays, or even games where you can play. This is also an MMO thing where you can play it before it comes out and decide if you love it enough to buy it. When it's incomplete and you're playing it and you still enjoy it, when it's complete, you'll love it through and through.
It's interesting to wonder, as a consumer, have we become so inclined to wanting a game before our friends, wanting to get the, special DLCs and special edition boxes? Have we become so wrapped up into that we don't care anymore about what the game is?
There are games that are completely built on this phenomenon.
Yeah, it's all hats. I like that.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Yikes. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I mean, and
everyone just wants to feel unique inside of a inside of a game or whatever.
And it's a retail scrounge because the shelf life of things is essentially dead. When pre-orders were a big deal, you were getting it from the store. The amount of pre-orders the store got, that's the amount of people
you're saying
you
this
come
is the reason
in.
Why there's so many sequels?
Huh?
Is that what
that could be also, that makes a lot of sense. But with now a lot of things being digital, I got my Batman copy through a key. There's no store I had to go to. So I didn't actually need to pre-order it because they can't run out of keys to play the game. There's no shelf life. So it's being perpetuated by the Amazons, who they don't really actually have to worry about shelf life either. Actually, they don't really have to worry about selling out because they can sell keys as well as the hard copies. So it's a lot of the GameStop model and the Walmarts and the analog model that's keeping it strong with the pre-order thing. But it's become very unnecessary. I understand where it comes in, but I mean, what's the solutions? Do we?
What is the solution?
What is the solution?
Do we perpetuate this trend,
do we stop? Do we? Yeah. I mean, there's. As I embrace a love for evolution. How do we evolve it and have so that both sides can win? There are going to be things that have to be hurt. GameStop might just have to change their model, or just be hurt, may not be as.
I've been someone that for a long time that has just been like, so many of these old series need to die. Halo needs to die. Call of Duty needs to die.
Or evolve, because we played Halo.
I don't
even
even
know.
I don't even want it. Die Call of Duty. Die Halo. Die Assassin's Creed. All these long-running franchises need to go. Or For Honor, game of the show.
For Honor was fun.
Oh my gosh.
For Honor, I'm excited to play it.
It's actually a new game. They have a new twist on certain game modes that you've seen before. Make new games.
But at the same time,
make new games.
We have the capacity to have all these things.
No.
Just because a series continues doesn't mean it's taking away from certain games at all. We have the
people
capacity.
Don't like change.
We have the people.
I can understand that. I can understand what Sohinki's saying from there, because as long as those games are coming out, people are going to look forward to those same types of games with those same elements. If those games suddenly go away, people are going to be looking for something new and open.
Brotherhood created one of the most innovative multiplayer modes. And then what did they do in the next version of the multiplayer they made? They added Domination. A shooter game mode that's just been like in so many shooters that you've seen for years and years. Why would they take this game mode and then just add this super vanilla nonsense to it when they could have made something really cool? It's because that's what people want.
Yeah.
Because, no, but they don't, actually. People don't know what they want because they're afraid of change. Where am I supposed to be going? Sorry. I got distracted.
I got lost trying to change things.
Oh, geez.
Well,
I don't know. I get that, but at the same time, there are so many consumers who don't want that change. So why not cater to those people?
No, it's because they don't know what they want, though?
It's like you could say the same thing about
because
bands.
they're dumb and they don't know what they want?
Yeah, you're just one track.
well,
You're not looking at it from a business perspective, then.
No, I think I am, because I think
you're not looking at it from
No.
a business perspective, because then why would they continue pushing
they
these
continue.
things out?
Yeah, they continue doing it because they make money doing it, right?
But
that doesn't mean
that only helps us in the video game industry to have more things, being
No, but
pushed
there's
out
not more things. That's the
constantly.
problem.
You're saying you're saying that there's not enough games being pushed out.
No, I'm saying there aren't enough new
saying,
games.
He's saying because of the power of the AAA title, basically it's drowning out the power, which honestly, the indies are really, in my observation, the indies are definitely coming up. I feel like I talked about this before, as the creator cartoon took over from the toyetic era, where all the cartoons were about selling toys. Now cartoons are about the amazing concept that the cartoon holds, and it's introducing high concept where lowbrow cartoons were literally catering to the lowest common denominator to sell toys and Happy Meals and Toys R Us. Toys R Us, another thing that is essentially unnecessary as we've evolved as consumers. Mm-hmm. So I understand what you're saying, and I think it's going that way. And the thing that helps it go that way faster is it being a conversation point amongst those who love doing the thing we do.
I'm taking an extreme point of view because it's annoying to me. Obviously, there's room for Assassin's Creed 20 or whatever. I'm just saying, people, just make some new games, please.
Yeah. That's I think even us as influencers, as we can be titled, it's up to us to, as we rave about Cuphead. We rave about
Dude, Cuphead's gonna be so good. It's be so good, guys.
We rave about you're raving about For Honored. Yes, it's from Ubi, but their dev team is still tiny, and it's an amazing game. So
it's so good.
It's that
best game of E3. Check
process of being a part of the solution, being the change you want to see. And bringing attention to those as opposed to, yay, Call of Duty, which all of us are like, yes, we do enjoy Call of Duty, but what's that over there?
I enjoy Call of Duty, but make a new game though.
So in terms of evolution in games, so video games is entertainment. One of the things that is happening, and apparently this is happening across the U.S., is movie theaters.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I was watching her walking and I didn't hear your entire sentence.
Oh, that's amazing.
God.
I completely understand. No, she's gorgeous.
No, I've been missing a lot of sentences as well.
Yeah,
I
was just watching her walking, and then you said movie theaters, I think, and then I was like, oh my God. I need to be able to understand what you're talking about in order to have a conversation.
No.
Sorry, can you repeat this? Sorry,
this part is actually super badass. Let's just enjoy Ivy and the bat being amazing as a bat.
She's got mold growing on her.
I don't even care.
Would you lick it though? I would lick it.
I mean,
it's organic.
I would see how it tastes. You know.
I would be like, oh, it tastes like broccoli. You're cute. Movie theaters.
Yes.
Are turning to video games now in terms of entertainment and inviting people to movie theaters, like, hey, come here, play on our big screen, play and as Twitch has, you can go play Mario, and which people type in, it affects what's happening. Apparently movie theaters are looking to adopt this whole mass interactive experience in terms of video games to the big screen, which is amazing because that becomes, as we collectively sitting in a movie theater control what's happening on a screen, that is a form of internet. That's a bunch of people coming together in one mind and creating one motion in one location. Like,
I'd like to go on record if this does become a thing, but We all really love playing fibbage, right? And before movies, one of the activities to do is like
trivia.
The trivia.
Yeah.
I could definitely see people on their phones playing
interactive,
like
and that makes
thing.
perfect. I didn't even
see it on
think of the phone.
And if that happens, I thought of it first, kind of. Well, fibbage did, but anyway.
Well, no, I mean, but that is a thing. That's how new ideas come about. I hadn't thought about the phone. You could, if you wanted to be balling like that, be like, I'm gonna open a movie theater, and in order to come in here, you either a part of the experience or you're an observer. Take out your cell phones. Well, that's not normal in movie theaters. We're gonna play fibbage, and it's you buy your ticket, and you sit on one side of the theater, other people sit on the other side of the theater. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine it would have to be too expensive either.
And it's also one of those, like, it's like your 10 seconds of fame, right? Like, you get to be the leaderboard.
Yo, straight up, I'm killing people right now. I don't know if you guys are seeing this.
No,
like, Batman is
unmanned
murdering.
cars.
No, Batman is murdering.
He is
people
murdering
right
people. Unmanned cars.
Yeah, that's why I pointed to the screen. He's at that last fighting scene before you got he like straight up just kicked that guy in the head.
Yeah, Batman's murdering all the people right now.
Yeah, that's definitely murdering somebody.
So what could this be, I understand everything is just a next step into our future, but
I could see it happening. I could see it happening. More than anything, though, it's amazing how we're evolving to become such visual people with Instagram and and Tumblr. Like, so much of it is visual, and I think without knowing it, we're all becoming like very artistic. I think as people, I think we're becoming really like indicative of things that we see. Like we need to have things that are I'm fumbling my words.
No, it's okay. You're thinking really hard.
You're fumbling.
And it's exciting.
Well,
run battle mode, weapon, energy system diagnostics.
Sorry, I started watching.
No, I keep doing that.
We just
but
like
I'm playing,
visually
so I feel like
stimulating things now, and we expect it. And from movies being in 3D, and now 3D and IMAX, like we're just continuing to upgrade what we expect from things, and we see it from the smallest things. Why we follow a travel Instagram as opposed to, something where a photographer does everything in black and white, or maybe you follow both because it's a different aesthetic. Either way, we're always, I don't know, I think we're changing as people.
Well, and that's one of the things that because I sit in science, it wasn't even until like recent times that we could see the color blue. Apparently,
Really?
there was, and there's been tracking back to where you look at old scriptures and old writing, they don't have a word for it's either a red or purple hue. There was something in the middle that we weren't seeing. And then us peering into us learning to understand sound the way we do, us understanding that light is just a vibration and that sound is a vibration and that they can essentially be one and all. I feel like that is the process of seeing more. We become more creative because we realize the greater potential of what we can do with the space ultimately, that everything is a canvas and there's a lot that we're not seeing that we can draw on, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So that's why it gets exciting, because now we're being, and actually it super goes into the next thing I wanted to talk about, which I love, is video games as tools. It can be therapeutic. We all understand that. It stimulates as well as triggers parts of the brain that we don't normally activate in our everyday lives. In turn, we are exercising a part of ourselves every day passionately without even realizing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it unconsciously. Yes, you're playing a game, but you're also doing something absolutely damn amazing that no other being on this planet does, which is escape to an alternate reality consciously and peer into it and control it with your body physically. Holy gravy. Like that's doing amazing things for us as a freaking race and as humans, you know what I mean?
Well, didn't they prove like people that play video games are better at microsurgery and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. There was a neurologist who loved video games, and he became a neurologist, and he started doing more work and study on it, and he realized that video games can help with reflexes. It can also help with memory and different mental sicknesses. It can actually help with depression and getting people out of depression. So with all of those things that video games are able to do, imagine that's what it's doing for us as we are gamers and play unconsciously. We just want to go and entertain ourselves and enjoy. Once you start doing it consciously, you start to become a whole different kind of bionic animal, because you're like, oh, this reminds me of this. And you start consciously problem and puzzle solving, and coming up with solutions, and you start making connections to those things that maybe it can apply to in real life. And then you start to move in that direction, and it becomes from there to here in reality, so that you can craft this amazing freaking.
With VR coming up, that's another thing that
and it's a
just
whole
goes
different
into
animal.
It. I mean, I remember I was playing London Heist with Project Morpheus at E3, and
you wouldn't play Kitchen.
And in this particular game, you have your two PlayStation moves, and you're using one as a clip, right? And so you have to reload, and then you've got your other move, and you're just aiming. But the guy afterwards was like, "Do you shoot? Because you look like you knew what you were doing. You definitely look like you've done this before." And I'm like, "No, I've gone range shooting. I like the thought of marksmanship and I enjoy it, but it's not like I own a gun. I don't do that. But I can get into visually. I know what it looks like.
And you know how to stand, and you know how to be. Yeah.
And so I embodied that without really thinking twice. It was just me needing to do the things with my body in order to do what I need to do in the game. And so with that, I think people are going to be changing. People are definitely going to be changing.
They're already doing
so
it. They don't even realize it. And that's why I get excited when we have this interaction with you live, and then we have, because there's even stuff that we talk about that because we're here working, we don't normally get to talk about, and it makes it a deeper conversation for even us, and it gets even more exciting, because yes, it's the same with people who love MMA. Sohinki loves MMA, and if you train fighting, or if you're a trained fighter, even if you're not a trained fighter, it is scientifically proven that people who watch MMA, when they're watching it, they start to in their head be the MMA fighter, and I feel like that even becomes even more heightened when you're a video gamer, because you're naturally used to putting yourself in those situations physically.
So I've watched a lot of MMA, and I think that I pick up on things, but I mean clearly I don't, because the technique is much more advanced than what I understand from watching. But I did take a few jiu-jitsu classes, and it felt like everything I did in class came way more natural just from having watched it.
You visualize it
I know
so many times.
It's like he tells me, I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Whereas someone maybe that has no idea what's going on might have been like, but why does that work though?
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
And that's what's amazing. And the only reason why you didn't know, and that's the difference between playing the video games versus watching the MMA and being entertained by it, as opposed and then training in it. You're training in it physically. You're doing it. You're putting yourself in it. So when you put yourself in it outside of the game, it may not be perfect, but it's something like it. It's like the next best thing, but it's going to take physical execution for you to actually get it, and maybe even guidance, but you'll likely pick it up way faster.
Just to get into it just a little bit. Right before we got into VR talk, you were talking about how gamers just have a different mind, and I was thinking how I was playing a video game one time, and my mom, bless you, was watching, and she couldn't even wrap her mind around what to look at on the screen.
Yeah.
So I was putting myself in my mom's shoes just right now watching Sohinki play, and I can understand that. I can understand how do you know where to move and how quickly, and it's a different mindset, I think, once you start playing, because you're aware of situations and your environment. You're trained to understand your environment. It's weird.
It's great.
It's such a weird thing.
And as we and we created that. And it goes back to ontological design. I love the term ontological design. Do you know what it means?
No.
Ontological design means as you create it, it creates you back. So as we as humanity explore our virtual environments and create technologies, as we play with it and explore it and create it and make it bigger and bigger inside, we learn about ourselves and what we're capable of here, as well as exercise our potentials physically. And then the theory in ontological design is whatever you believe, and that is the same system as the universe to humans. As we explore and become better and better and discover ourselves, so does the universe discover itself and process. And it's like real deep. It's real deep.
Hashtag deep, man.
It's like super deep in space.
This is the second
So
time I've
deep,
said
put
this
a
to you
butt to
today, but
sleep.
that's too deep for me, man. You've gone, and you're holding my hand. I was trying to walk with you, and then at one point I was like, wait, I don't
It'll
get
make
this
sense. I promise. I
anymore.
promise. Like you'll hear it enough
Yeah,
in enough
yeah.
ways.
Just keep trying
it'll
to
just
explain
start
it to
making
me.
sense. Yeah, and that's
Use
the way it works.
smaller words, damn it.
Ontological it's new to me, and that's why I like to share it as well, because
Anthropological.
Oh, I love that
anthropological.
store.
All right, so honestly, I think video games as tools, guys. Like it's definitely
Video game.
Also, like drones, like military drones.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's another like.
That's a job that you're being prepared for without even realizing you're being prepared
Yo,
for.
she got no pants on.
That's okay. Slap
she
a
has
butt.
like kale underwear on.
The
I think they're
YouTuber.
Vines. Kale Underwear is a YouTuber.
Kale underwear. So that's the first section. That was a good talk, guys.
Yeah.
You're a good
I would like to
talker.
remind you that the SGA challenge is over. It was over on the 26th.
So
What's
if you
today?
didn't do it,
So if you didn't,
Get out of luck.
27th.
Today's
It's
the
over
20
today.
No, today's the 26th.
Oh, it's today is the 26th. So you can literally get your last submissions in today for the SGA challenge.
you could even
this month.
figuratively get your
You
last
could
submissions in
figuratively.
today.
That's a hard word to say. There's some words that are really difficult to say without sounding just drunk.
I just realized that the T-Rex back there looks
That's
like
not a
you.
T-Rex.
What is it?
Indominus Rex.
It's
Okay. It looks like you when you talk because you constantly do this.
Who, me?
So it's, yeah.
my
Yeah.
claws,
It
my
just- it
my
looks-
talons.
Flitz is Indominus Rex.
They're my talons.
Yeah. It is you.
I get real
Have you
passionate
guys seen
about it.
Jurassic World?
I haven't seen it yet.
If you did not submit, it's GTA. You said it. Play any version of GTA. Doesn't matter if you want to do a GTA sketch, do a GTA sketch. If you can do it in a day, congratulations. That's dope. If you haven't already
You should
started.
make a GTA music video and it's called GT Hey.
GT, hey, that's a great idea.
Boom.
Where were you
That's
last
awesome.
week where they needed that idea? Someone could have done that. It would have been amazing. The prize, on top of, the typical stuff that we give you that's pretty damn awesome, but you also ultimately get featured and you get to play with us in an episode of GTS, which
kinda
is
huge.
That's kind of
That's
super fun.
huge.
Like you join us for one round of absolute chaos, which
And it always is.
it is always chaos.
I wish this was
Which
real.
I
This
feel
is
like
how he gets around.
because we play a lot on private servers, I think that means that I have to invite you to or allow you in
Which
to
means you have
the
to-
Smosh Games crew on Grand Theft
Wait,
Auto.
look how
Oh,
kind of
the
sort of lazy this
crew.
is.
Yeah, I think
They're
that
talking,
makes
but
you
his
like
mouth
a
isn't
part of
moving.
the SGA,
But they try to
the
hide
Smosh
it by
Games
not
crew.
letting you rotate around to see the front of his face.
Who?
Batman, see his mouth's not moving. But they hide
Oh.
it.
Is he talking?
Gordon's talking right now,
Gordon's
but he
talking.
was talking.
Maybe he's thinking really loud.
Maybe he just talks like this with his.
We will announce.
Batman.
We will announce the SGA challenge winner on the 1st. Be excited. I honestly,
Be
excited.
I don't even know
Be
who's going to be
excited.
the victor of this one, but I'm excited for them, and I hope that they are either wearing a diaper or no pants when they find out, because there might be pee and poop all over the place. Pee and poop of excitement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't we have a soundboard with like fart noises?
I don't
and
know.
stuff?
We do need a
We should.
soundboard.
Wes, a soundboard with
cell phones.
Yes, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and fart noises.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger farting.
Yes.
All the sounds that Arnold Schwarzenegger had when he was a weightlifting competitor. Like, you imagine he farted a lot during that time.
That's gross.
So yeah, that's exciting news. Hashtag Schwarzenegger farts, I guess. So I want to actually, you know, I'm gonna do some shout outs to raise Tyler Tillman, hello, ProFox Gaming, are you really a pro? Casey Martinez, sounds like a band, like Casey and the Sunshine Band. Ellen Hoek, related to Ren Hoek of Ren and Stimpy. Batboy King 12, that is a major title. Mo the Awesome Knight, that is a great name. Jen Alexander. Reject Studios in the house. What's up?
What up, dog?
B at G1000. I don't know what that means. Patrick Sherwood of Loxley. Oh no, wait. Rec Neps Amage. I feel like I just got possessed. Ex-Mexican, ex-Gamer 13. There's more X's in there. I just didn't feel like saying them.
He's an
Hello. He has XX Gamer, XX.
Oh, okay.
XX Mexican, XX
I
Gamer.
think it's
13.
ex-Mexican.
He used to be, but
The
then he got
Exican.
that race change. That
Race change.
yeah, modern technology. The one girl from the NAACP did it. Why can't everybody else? Anna Powell, Onyx Raziel. Sows. What do you sow? Fates?
Oh, I thought that was a pool.
Claudio Santos. Hello, Zach Tarsi. Hello, Thomas Avalos. Hello to you all. I want to talk about.
Oh, jeez. I
What?
didn't mean to do that.
As we are kind of talking about art, I don't know where my friends get their creative inspiration.
Afterburner.
Is this a question?
Oh!
What do you? I'm curious. I'm curious
so
about where
fast.
you get your creative. Where you, the both of you maybe get your creative inspiration.
Inspiration.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about that in the next section. I actually want to talk about. I want to talk about what games you. Now that we've talked about video games as tools, what games you may choose to consciously play as a tool, or if there's any game that you can think of that has been really helpful to you as a gamer in transitioning to application of real life, or
Surgeon
AFK.
Simulator.
Yeah.
It has helped me
Insurgent
become
Simulator?
the surgeon that I've always wanted to become. My
Yep.
parents
No,
are
your
very
parents
proud.
always wanted you to become.
They're so proud of me now that I'm fumbling about with my scalpels and going inside of people's bodies.
I think. I think that I've always had a strategic mind.
You do.
And
You have a very
so-
strategic mind. It's kind of annoying sometimes.
Excellent.
I can't. That's a compliment. It's a very
Excellent.
strategic mind.
No, but so for me, it's more of an exercise, I think, as opposed to a tool for.
But it's still
Yeah.
a same
Yeah.
thing. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So I play a lot of games that are based on strategy, MOBAs in general.
See, I've
Card-
really
the card
that
games.
part. I feel like so. I think I'm very obsessed with teamwork
Mm-hmm.
and unity, collectively striving towards a goal, but not against
Other
my
players.
fellow human. Like as much as other people
Oh,
love
but see,
PvP,
fellow humans are the most dangerous game. So
I want to keep up with, yes, for now, but we are fast developing AI. And as we need to be able to keep up with that thing we're creating, because once it starts making its own decision, as artificial intelligence becomes actual intelligence, and
Just
as
hack
it is
yo. Use your cell phone to
ontological
hack it.
in design,
huh?
Use your cell phone to hack it.
How do I do it?
your
Kidding,
cell
that's
phone.
Watch Dogs.
Wouldn't it,
Well,
we'll have to be able to keep up. That's so
you
funny. We'll have to be able to keep up
Go.
with these things. You hit
go.
circle.
Riddler. Oh,
We'll have to be able to keep up with these things we're creating. And the rule of exponential growth, if you look at our technology is advancing
Yeah.
faster than we are.
oh, jeez.
So
Oh,
it
jeez.
will. I feel like we need to have a point where we can keep up with our technology, and once it catches up with us, we freaking ride the wave into whatever freaking place we go together hand in hand. Is that weird? Is that too deep too?
So deep, put a butt to sleep.
No, I was
geez.
just too much in my own thought of wondering what games. Yeah.
Street Fighter I love too. I feel like that's a good mano y mano, or fighting games in general. I think that's why I'm obsessed with fighting games.
It's about reading your opponent.
Yes, and that's where I thrive and love the actual intelligence.
Are you saying you
versus
use
the
that
first.
in real life though?
What,
Air
Street
control.
Fighter?
Yeah, like, are you saying that there are real life
Applications to because you learn to read people at the smallest.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Think about this at how fighting
geez.
gamers
Whoa.
are like straight up fighting gamers are obsessed with frames. How many frames it takes to get
To the center of a
Tootsie Pop. But how many frames it takes before you cover, how many milliseconds it takes to activate a move, what move has priority. There's an amazing back and forth constant strategy there, drawing people into your strategy so that you can absolutely decimate them once they've dropped their guard or they've slipped up. When they slip up, taking complete and actual advantage of them dropping the ball in that split moment where they just were thinking way too hard or were not thinking. You make them pay for that. That is what I love about video games, and that is where I feel as Sohinki enjoys strategy, that is where I think I enjoy strategy against my fellow brother, because it's sparring. I come from a martial arts background. I come from a dance. My dance background is breaking. In breaking, you have ciphers and you battle your crew members and you session and you
also
get
have
better.
electric
And then
boogaloo.
afterwards, you have a conversation. You be like, you could do this. That was dope. You could do this. There's that feedback there. Fighting games is the same thing. It's the same with sparring and martial arts. You're fighting, you learn your opponents, you learn their little nuances and what maybe they dip their head before they swing, and you can react to that in that moment. It's the same with fighting games, and that's how you start to apply consciously in fighting games. You start to apply that to real life. If you're competitive with someone, or even if you play with animals, even animals have tails, and they have better tails than I think any other species, because we'll say things. I'll beat your ass. And then you could go off like animals. They put their ears back, or they'll start wagging their tail, or they'll put their tail down. And I know what that means. I'm not gonna mess with you. So,
I did it.
That's exciting. That's cool.
I did it.
Yeah, I think for me, this is the reason why I delve into action adventure open world games, is so that I can visualize myself in those situations.
And that is where. So when I think about you, I think in terms of like Tomb Raider, because I mean you have a story. You have even pictures on your Instagram of you deep sea diving, which a lot of people don't even get to do. You climb mountains just for fun, just because. And in that,
well, it is because from a very young age I was inspired by Tomb Raider, and like that's
that's amazing. See, I had no idea. Like, I mean, I had kind of an idea, but it's
when
not
I say
obvious.
it sounds stupid.
No, it doesn't. Not even a little bit.
But I mean, for years, the way I dress and stuff, that's where it comes from.
That's amazing.
And so with this conversation, I'm like, how much is it actually like? How much of it does it actually make me, change the way I know that I changed my walk a long time ago because of Tomb Raider.
Did you really? Is that why your walk is so awesome? I walk behind you on purpose, and I just watch you walk. Or if you're walking towards me, it's not a butt thing. She has like this powerful walk, and I mean it's in part dancer walk, I think, as well.
No, it's strange. This is a very interesting conversation that you've brought up, but.
Ontological design. But that's ontological design, right? You were inspired by Tomb Raider. You changed the way you walk. You got inspired to climb mountains and be this like amazing person that you are now, because at some point somebody was like, "Hey, video games," and you were playing video. You're like, "I could do that too. I want to do that. I want to see the world. I want to explore caves." And now, who are you? You're a super adventurer and inspirational Mari who has slid down the side of a mountain.
Words.
Of ice.
Bars.
Like,
interesting.
Huh?
Bars.
Bars. So that's
now
great.
Now I'm overthinking things.
Good.
No, it's cool.
Stop there from detonating the future toxin bomb.
Do you? I mean, with Mari's being Tomb Raider, is there any? I have friends, by the way. Sorry. Who started really getting into dances because of the PlayStation dance game Bust a Move. They were like, I could do this. And they liked dancing, but then they played the game, and because of the combos and they saw how it combined, they really got into dancing, and they became professional dancers.
Oh, yeah.
It's
With that said, you know how we played Disney.
Infinity? Or not Infinity. Disney,
Disney's the thing.
No, it's the Fantasia.
Fantasia, yes, Fantasia.
I took a lot of that and put it into choreography when I was choreographing for my kids. And
That's awesome.
and I did it consciously. I was like, oh man, like some of these are definitely from Fantasia, but like I converted it into something
It made
that
sense.
becomes into choreography, and it's like, yeah, it is. It's interesting. I don't think I ever think about it that often, but it's. I mean, we have to be like this has to be even like watching.
Dude.
You know, while talking, not really even being that involved, but still watching somebody else play Batman, like this has to be doing something to our consciousness. Because
It does.
I dream in video game quite often when I'm playing it. So if I'm playing something and I go to sleep, I'll dream like I'm in Destiny or I'm in Minecraft or something. So I wonder how much brain activity goes into just watching a video game even happening.
And
for viewers, you know, you guys watching us playing, like how is that?
I feel like it's a lot of solving the problems in your head even as a viewer, especially with the Batman game. And that's the amazing thing even about that. People can type in, do this, you could do this, and it becomes an immediate feedback thing. I didn't think of that. I don't think that way. And then becomes a whole community mind process of achieving towards the same goal. Was there a game that affected you, like that you can think of, like you're like, oh wow, maybe that game actually inspired me to have my brain work the way it does? Because you played a lot of Dota.
I think the first game that I ever really got that rush of competing against someone, because I am a very competitive person. And the first game that ever gave me that rush of like, I love being better than you at this is Counter-Strike. The first time, I think. And maybe like to a much lesser extent, like Half-Life Deathmatch and maybe Quake 1 Deathmatch. But Counter-Strike was the first game, especially because I was such a young kid playing it, and I would go to these LAN tournaments or whatever, and I'd be playing against people that were like 5 years older than me or whatever, and I'd be better than them. I just had this rush of like, I'd stand up from my computer and be like, what's up?
Sohinki?
Yeah.
Sohinki, just.
What's up?
That's my name.
Oh, the 13-year-old just be. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm Matt.
Yeah.
No, I'm Matt. Stop calling me John. So earlier in the week, we told you to send in questions on Twitter and Facebook. You sent in your questions, and I will read some of your questions, and we will answer some of your questions as best we can. If we don't have all the answers, that's your problem, not ours. Wait, what'd you do? You
What
lose a
happened?
nail?
No, nothing.
Were you biting them?
No, not at all.
You
All
eat
of a
one of
sudden,
your
I was like,
Smarties
oh,
off
yeah.
One of her
fingernails?
nails just is off.
I just noticed, and it's like the whole thing's gone. Sorry. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
this
it's
is
fine.
really off topic.
So yeah, before we get into the questions, you're all SGA Live members, or you're all SGA members. I'm assuming. If you're not already an SGA member and you have a creative mind and you're not doing anything else with your YouTube channel, or maybe you want to start something on your YouTube channel, join the Smosh Games Alliance. Go to SmoshGamesAlliance.com right now. We are literally taking nothing away from you and giving you everything that we can, and we will continue to. So if your parents are like, well, what if they steal your money? You got to make money to get money. We are not even trying to take any money from you. We just want to have fun and teach you and grow together. So that being said, we got forums now, and that's exciting.
Oh, that's awesome.
So now we have multiple forums. This was an idea that was brought to the table, and been working with John Sohinki towards making it happen. We have so many things, from collaboration forums inside of to Photoshop wars, which I'm going to be participating in, and I will be in a forums. I love forums. I love interacting with you.
That's
and
your background.
That is my background.
That's your background.
That is my background. Interact, yeah. So and creating amazing things, because and even sharing maybe programs or different ideas and growing collectively. having a central space. The forums are already up and running. People are talking about starting a Smosh Games Alliance Minecraft server.
Cool.
There's people posting their art. I really want to have Photoshop Wars. I will head them up. We'll figure it out. So if you're already in an alliance and you didn't know we have a forums, freaking go check them out. It's worth it. Go have conversation. Maybe you'll meet the love of your life. Maybe you'll meet the person who you now call business partner. Maybe you won't meet anybody, but you'll get a lot.
Maybe you'll meet your arch nemesis.
Maybe you'll meet your arch nemesis.
That would be
who
exciting.
knows? That would be exciting, and it would be an amazing movie.
But don't be a dick on the forum, though.
Yeah, don't be a dick. I will ban you. I don't care. I have no pity. In terms of that and being mean. There's no excuse for it. But let's not assume any of you are going to be mean. Hearts.
Love wins.
So, love wins. Hashtag love wins. So that being said, you send in your questions. So the first question comes from BJ Taggart, 91.
Good old
And
BJ
I like this question. How did you guys get started on the internet? And what were your jobs before YouTube? Ooh.
How we started on the internet in general, or working on the
I think individually.
internet?
Oh no, I wonder, or is it in general?
Yeah. Well, I'll answer both. In general, AOL chat rooms. And then on the internet.
Wait, what'd you do on AOL chat rooms? You were just like ASLing everybody?
AOL chat rooms is how I think I became like a teenager. That's where I learned a lot of things.
Like what a penis looks like.
No, just like oh, that's what
How you
this
got
person
started
means.
on
Oh
the
no,
internet,
like
but not as a job, just how the first experiences with the internet?
we're answering both because we
We're
don't know what the
answering both,
question
yeah,
is.
we're not
Okay,
sure.
internet job wise, Smosh Pit Weekly. And what was the other part of the question? Oh, job before, ballerina. Ballerina.
You're a ballerina. And you still teach, well, do you still teach ballet?
I still coach, yes.
So,
yeah.
so a thing that like a lot of the community may not know is the amount of travel that Mari did. It's calmed down a lot. Mari didn't live in LA. Mari lived in San Francisco area, and she would drive up or fly back and forth to do shoots here with us, and then go back to the Bay Area and teach ballet and teach recitals and have to go to different recitals, but she had to be down here at the same time. You still do it, you're just not as heavy on it anymore.
Correct. Yeah, no, I enjoy being busy, and I think I pack my schedule that way. I don't have to go back to San Francisco. If I quit, I didn't have to, but I don't want to. So, yeah. I realized how much you guys had to fumble around with your schedule to accommodate me. So if I've never said it before, thank you. For 2.5 years, thank you for accommodating me.
You're a sweetheart.
You're a sweetheart.
Someone asked if we had ever met Ian and Anthony, and I'm going to answer this really fast. Are you kidding?
Ever met them?
Are you serious? That's
Ian who?
Who is that? I don't.
Ian McKellen?
Have you watched any videos
It's
or
Ian
looked
Padilla,
at any
right?
pictures of us? We're
No,
friends.
it's Ian Padilla.
Sohinki, what's your internet
My
origin
first
story
experiences
for?
with ever using any form of internet at
Well,
all.
in terms of entertainer, I think. Or yeah.
No,
I
'cause
didn't
she-
brush
You're
my
right,
hair
you're right.
today.
Go ahead. Generally.
So very first experience using the internet at all was connecting to my neighbor via TCP/IP to play Descent
You nerd.
and
Right?
Oh my God.
and Mech Warrior. But here's the thing: is those Mech Warriors specifically and Descent, they weren't designed to be played multiplayer, right? So you connect to them through the console. Someone would kill the other person once, but you wouldn't respawn because it's not built for that. So you'd have to quit out and then connect again.
Oh, that's ghetto.
Yeah. But it was fun.
Here I was asking people ASL.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's going all pro.
So that was my first experience with the internet. My job before doing the internet, first I was logging and transcribing for reality television.
Thug life.
And then Oh, this totally isn't pulling the thing down. Is it supposed to be pulling the thing down? Detach.
I need a brush.
Firepower. Okay, and then I was interning at a talent agency, and then I got my first YouTube job.
Which was?
The place that shall not be named.
We do not name this.
Oh, the place that shall not be named.
But that is a part of our, and that's where we share like an origin story.
Yeah.
That was like 6 years ago? That's going on like 6 years ago.
One day Smosh Games will write a book and you guys can have an entire chapter
it was technically,
about it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Fire Vulcan gun. It was, oh wait, hold on. Do I have to?
It's hilarious because you guys have such a traumatic start with it, and I have like
The
Ian and
golden
Anthony who like held my hand through every single video.
But your trauma was in the comment section.
Oh man, yeah, that was a lot of fun to deal with. Here you guys can enjoy Tony Stark.
Guys, for 1 second, I need to hear what Batman's telling me for 1 second though,
But Tony Stark wants you to just
You have to aim up.
spread eagle.
No, I'm on the thing.
Oh, go forward. Go forward. Go forward. Go. Go.
Oh, I
Oh, you're hanging.
see. Oh damn.
Wow.
Oh,
Can you
and you're just gonna shoot the building? It's like Rampage in a Batmobile.
Damn, Gina.
My
Is that from Martin?
my origin story
my
has to
friend
do with.
always says it.
I
That's
grew up.
from Martin, right? Martin Lawrence?
Yeah, that's
Damn,
from Martin.
Gina?
Damn, Gina.
That's amazing.
I didn't grow up privileged by any means, but I managed to
What are you saying?
have friends who were sort of, and they had access to the internet.
Okay.
And then once I got into then that was in middle school, but I still didn't really understand. But then once I got to higher grades and I started to get more access to the internet, things started to make sense. As far as my professional, I might actually start from, my amateur starts from the G4 era, where I was community.
Working on the forums, right?
Well, essentially, I was on Stickcam and people would come, and I was also a forum mod. So that is where it started, and then I started creating my own content, and I got okay at it, and I created enough that I did a thing for G4. They saw it, they loved it, they flew me out here. I covered my first E3 and Comic-Con with G4, which was an amazing experience, which is amazing because this year, Joven, Lasercorn, and I got to experience E3 with Microsoft through Microsoft, and the camera guy and sound guy were the same guys who were there for my first E3 and Comic-Con.
That's so cool. Comes full circle.
It all comes full circle thanks to the grace of a producer at G4 saying, because they asked for Lasercorn and Joven, and they were like, who else would you want? They pitched Lasercorn and Joven, and Sean Jordan, who was a producer at Microsoft as well, was like, we need Flitz on this as well. Trust me, bring Flitz onto it as well. So he was a G4 producer, and he remembered. So it's very important. I think ultimately people need to understand. It comes back around to not being a dick, not being entitled. By the grace of these people who I literally had so little amount of time with, I am allowed to re-experience them and these environments with them years later after I've trained and practiced. Ultimately moving to LA, getting the job that shall not be named, that was the catalyst into leading up to this point. My job before all that, I was a dancer, professional dancer. I did some side gigs as video editor and stuff like that, but I was writing theater shows and touring dancing. And I finally decided that's not what I wanted to do anymore because I understood a bigger picture and having my eureka moment on stage while abroad and going, it was an amazing experience because it was like, oh, and I'm like doing choreography. I'm like, this makes so much sense. I am so excited. And
Interesting.
And then it led to.
And then he went, I quit. I quit this
yeah, essentially. I don't want to be 49 years old trying to dance and shuck and jive. I used to do this. You young whippersnappers don't even understand. Do it now, Grandpa. No, my hip is broken and I don't have Obamacare. So that I.
What are you doing to me?
You
found it.
What I've learned is
Yeah.
there is a lot of people get stuck in there being a wrong answer. We've come up in a system that says you go A, it's linear, and people are stuck in this linear way of being. You do A, you get B, you get C, and then all your dreams come true at E or whatever, however many steps it takes you, when it doesn't actually have to be. The way one person does it does not mean you have to do it the same exact way.
True.
Because what works for one may not work for another.
Yeah.
I did not go to college. That does not mean do not go to college. That just means college was not for me, because right out of high school, I became a professional dancer because I've been training for something that high school could not have prepared me for. High school could not have prepared me for hip-hop dance theater. And I went to agricultural school, so I was going to school to become a veterinarian. I could have, in another universe, I'm a completely different person with a completely different trade. But in this realm, I'm a dude.
Agriculture. I'm
a dude
So
who has a bunch of different talents and wound up falling into this pool of like.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, all of us come from extremely different backgrounds with very different jobs and very different educational courses, or educational course of how we got to where we are. At the end of the day, we're all working together.
Yeah.
So there isn't a right or wrong way. The only wrong way is to, like you said, be a dick to people, because you never know who will become what.
You really do. And it's amazing to watch the space around us as we trek through this freaking space, watching, looking away, and then turning around. It's like, oh, what are you doing now? And they're like, oh, I actually do X, Y, and Z. We should collaborate. It's like,
yeah.
Congratulations, you know, you got there. Now it's like, we're here together. Let's do this together. As opposed to if you're just mean for one reason or another. If someone's mean to you, don't even lash back out at them. Just cut them out of your life.
Yeah.
It's like never drinking again. Right? If you cannot drink alcohol because it makes sick, or you don't want to be stung by a bee, stay away from bees. And then you won't you won't have to deal with bees, and you don't have to worry about being stung, and you don't even have to think about bees because you're nowhere near the bees to have to worry about being stung.
Yeah.
And then you continue on your freaking quest.
Those people will still be around.
They will, but you don't have to even acknowledge their existence.
You'll understand how to cope with it much better.
Yes, you won't be stuck with them either. If you're in school, you're stuck with people. And you kind of really don't have a choice.
What's this guy saying? Oh, I need to go over here.
Okay. That was a good question, because we spent the whole question section.
No, seriously?
There's I have 2 question sections, but that was the whole question section focused on that.
Do we have another question we can do now, or
we
no?
can. We can do more questions since we really.
Guys, I'm suiting up into some sort
I'm
of
suiting
new
up
suit.
from the inside. Do you want to hear it?
We got to watch the new suit.
That's cool.
Oh, damn.
Oh, bat suit.
Batman's
He
got
hugs it.
He's got such a big boner right now.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, oh,
now I can
my
fight
gosh.
them
damn.
even though they have the bullets.
Get him.
Do you know what time
Do you have
it
any
is,
of the
devil?
DLC
Do you
suits
know?
on here?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my gosh. See, now
That's
you
not
can
for
slit their
killing people.
throats. Yeah.
That's not for killing people.
Not for
That's
killing
for
people
just
at all.
putting them to sleep.
It's for cutting wires.
Oh man, look at his pecs moving.
He's got movie pecs. And I don't mean
Actually, Nitro Fusion Games says, my friend doesn't do gaming, so why does your SGA challenges have to be gaming? Just because your friend doesn't do gaming doesn't mean your friend doesn't do anything. You can do something in reference to the game and it still be what it is that your friend does. Just because it has to reference GTA doesn't mean you can't do a sketch if your friend does sketch comedy. Does your friend do makeup tutorials? Why not have your friend do a weird makeup tutorial where they make their face look like Nico Bellic or a key female character? Are there any real key female characters in any of the Grand Theft Auto games?
Not in that game.
Man, ooh.
They're all whores.
They're all whores. But there is also always something you can do. Who?
Sapphire is a very key.
Sapphire? Yeah, Sapphire. That's your key character.
Yeah,
the stripper Sapphire, who's just doing it to put her kids in college.
Here's an idea for you if you're not a gamer. Walk your Rottweiler. There's your GTA reference
Yeah, that's
right
a
there.
GTA. If you rap, there's always something to do. Get out of the box. I say all the time, I hate limits, but the only limits I'm actually truly allowed to hate are my own personal limits. Get out of the way of your own personal limits. Help your friends get out of the way of their own personal limits. Get out of the box and do something bigger than you thought you could do. Get out of other people's imagination. Get inside of your own and create.
Yeah, and it's scary. It's
It
scary.
is.
And we always constantly have to fight to do it too. But we just did with a which we'll be announcing. But we got out of our box and we got physical.
Yeah.
And we we got out of our environment here.
Yeah.
And we're bringing something new
And
for you
did
guys.
something amazing, and
Yeah,
it's
and
really
like,
exciting.
It
Super exciting.
would we have done it if some of us, some of us were like moaning and groaning, and then we realized like, oh my God, this is an amazing idea. And as soon as we were out there, we're like, this is, you
The
just
story
have
of
to.
a girl.
Nope, we didn't say that.
Oh,
but
okay.
you have to. It's scary to do something new, and it's easy to make a video game or a gaming video like everyone else does, and maybe it'll be great.
And maybe it won't, but you did a thing.
And maybe you'll find something new, an absolutely different way of creating the same sort of thing. Maybe you'll revolutionize it. Maybe people will follow you on how to do it. You just never know. You just have to kind of like figure it out and be creative.
There's a question here about the SGA members doing the Minecraft server. I think I may chime in on that on the forums. But they want like they're like any ideas and stuff like that.
I mean, do we want to say stay tuned?
Yeah, I say stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I say stay tuned.
Maybe we can have like a section of like throw around some ideas of what you might want to see on a Smosh server. So how about that? We
Yeah,
open the
like
question
yeah.
up.
If we had an SGA server, what would you like to see?
Yeah, what would you want to? What kind of games would you want to play? What kind of environment would you want it to be like? Would you want it to be collaborative? Would you want it to be competitive? Would you want it to be more creative, or all of those things? Just let us know in those forums, and we will definitely be reading it.
Okay, before I get to the next question, totally shout outs. Lex P, hello, how are you doing? Laser Gamer, are you like the corn of lasers? GameStar, what's up? Karmical 369, very, very fun. To the window, to the wall. Cool. Subscribe, please. Subscribe, please, in this environment will not get you subscribers, I promise. Nice try, though. Tyler Tillman, Cam8504, Poke Brody, that is the best name. You're an amazing being. Alexa Alvarado, I don't speak Spanish. Sir Pineapples Gaming.
I don't listen to hip hop.
That's not true. Y'all less
Filipinos can be named Alvarado.
Whippish Druid, that is a Wimpish Druid. That's an amazing name. Ariana Walker, Brody Diller, Anna Powell, of course. You keep saying, hey. I like how all the highs start when I give shout outs. Zach Tarsi, Connor Moni, Juan Del La Cruz. You got 4 names. That's amazing. Cows, 10. Cows, 10. That's great. Danielle Hoop, Mr. Skoojorn, 8,000.
Dude, Mr. Skoojorn.
Mr. Skoojorn.
He's like my favorite guy.
That is a hard thing. Larissa Randomness. It's Braze60, Zahar, SG8. Man, look, y'all and y'all names, y'all need some vowels.
Y'all need Jesus.
Y'all need some vowels in your names. Cyclops. I don't say clops. Say clops. Shout out. Hello, and thank you for staying with us. It really means things to us, especially in seeing you guys grow from the advice that we give, as it is very near and dear to us, as we are giving very much of ourselves in explaining and discovering, because like you with the Tomb Raider thing, that's awesome. I'm excited.
Okay, I want to pay more attention to conversation. You want
to play the bats,
you want to
man?
play the
I
bats?
haven't played at all.
Well, now you gonna play, girl.
This actually goes into a thing I actually wanted to talk about, because one of the things we're learning from Mari, she looks over like, you're learning from me? Mari is really, really good at utilizing her tools in order to get what she
like my
wants.
back tools?
Like your bet.
Like your booty.
Like that ass. Like that ace.
I'm talking to my arm.
So you all who are embracing the lifestyle of becoming YouTubers and are YouTubers, this question makes a lot of sense, and it comes from Passive Steve, and he says, Any tips on ways to promote videos without pushing your luck and getting people turned off from your content? I always post links on my channel's Facebook page, on my Twitter, and every now and then on my Snapchat. We are actually going to do a Smosh U on this, but actually I think that we're doing a Smosh U on this, but there are many ways, and you're doing it right in terms of utilizing your social media platforms. A thing that I think people don't realize is in the way YouTube is working now, when people subscribe, yes, you have to have great content. That is a relative term. Keep going. It's going to be great if it is not already. Whatever is great in your eyes, strive for it so it will be. Just don't freaking stop. But people, as they subscribe to great content, they also, there's a side that is very much so subscribing to people. People want to know who people are. Who are you? It comes with the feedback and the whole connection thing and getting to know the people you're watching. There's been a massive disconnect for a very long time where you're praising these people that you see on TV and you reach out to them, but there is no reach back, none that can be recognized, that is direct. That is a part of why the shout outs exist on here, to show we are here for real, but we're also connecting to you.
It's such an infrequent thing that traditional celebrities reach back that it becomes a viral video whenever they do.
Yeah, that's amazing, because that's absolutely correct. I hadn't. Yes, because Taylor Swift, she reached back to a few fans, and everyone's like, "This is an amazing thing that Tay-Sway is doing," and we're like, "We do that all the time."
Well, but she's like a super mega star.
She is a super mega star.
Ridiculously talented and gorgeous. So it makes sense.
So you want to date her, is what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying.
You want to date Tay-Sway so she'll write a song about you? You're so hinky, so angry.
I can recognize that someone is smart, talented, and beautiful without necessarily wanting to be with them.
So you just want to touch her a little bit?
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't. Taylor Swift, if you're watching.
But it's a lot of putting yourself, because she's watching this right now.
Yeah, she is. Taylor Swift's a part of the SGA.
She is. Tay-Sway Day, #, follow her. But there's a lot of connecting as you use your social media. And I'm learning.
I think I'm just supposed to.
You're just throwing them into the game.
Just beat them up. So
no, I have to do the throw counter thing.
Towards plus triangle.
Yeah.
Oh, you just elbowed the guy in the face.
Left stick towards plus triangle. Yeah, the thing with the grappling hook that you're doing is not.
Grappling.
Yeah.
There
you go.
There
you go. You did it.
I like grappling.
Oh man, you just kicked that guy in the nuts super hard.
He's not dead.
You kicked him in the nuts so hard that he flew into the air.
He's not dead.
He's dead.
He's not dead.
He's dead. They just all disintegrated.
His genitals exploded. For sure.
Every social media platform has, in what I've learned, a culture. Twitter, I'm learning to be better at reaching back. I reach back more through Instagram, I think, because that is a lot of who I am.
I'm the exact opposite.
Really, you reach back more on Twitter?
I reach back way more on Twitter, and then on Instagram, it doesn't even occur to me to comment sometimes until I see a comment where someone's directly asking me a question or something. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, I feel like I get a lot. My Instagram is so.
I didn't read that.
As it's been labeled by normal people who can't grasp interesting things that can be interesting to me. Weird. My Instagram is weird, but there are people who love it and they get it, and then we have conversation about it, and that is where a lot of my greatest interests exist in terms of sharing myself.
Your Instagram
yes, I have
is
Facebook.
weird, but you also take good pictures, so.
Well, that's the point, because I love photography and I love beautiful photography as well. So it's
you gotta hold X.
If
you let go of X to do something, you can just hold X again, and then you'll keep gliding.
She has never played this in her life.
I don't think so.
No, I played the other one.
Oh, she played the other
I've never finished.
Oh, that's a shame. We
Yeah,
gotta
that's
help
sad.
you finish.
No, I don't.
Your life is way sadder then.
What are we talking about?
Having
Tyler Tillman, stop. Uncool, also illegible, and it spams and it gets rid of any comments that I may want to read.
Yeah.
You've been warned, bro. But Instagram is a lot of sharing of myself. I don't post pictures of my food. I post pictures of things that I would like
R1
to
to grapple
see.
up.
I need to. I would like to maybe start taking more pictures of my friends.
I'll hand it right back to you.
And posting pictures of them, but I guess if
haven't
that is a
listened to what
platform
you
where
guys were
people
talking
want to go
about at
see
all.
me be magical for now, then so be it. But I still.
He's talking about how he reaches back more on Instagram as opposed to
Twitter is a thing that I'm getting better at reaching back on as well. But there's a lot of information that's going through, and there's a lot of cross information. That's a place where on Twitter we are usually grouped in together. It's like, look at this picture, Sohinki, West, X, Y, and Z. But the way Twitter is limited, it's not a conversation space for me. It's a space where it's like, and then you keep going. Like, Facebook is different. That's a very private, I feel, and personal, depending on, because I don't have a fan page. I don't personally believe I'm worthy of a fan page yet.
Why not? I think you're worthy of a fan page.
Not yet.
Nah, man.
I'll get there.
Well,
you're there.
it's only if you want
You're
one.
there.
I don't want one, but I
So
think,
then
but I
there you
also,
go.
I think it's because we have friends who have fan pages, and they're like, "Hey, come like my fan page," and I'm like, "We're
And you're
friends."
like, I'm annoyed.
But you
by
don't
you.
need to do that. You have enough of a fan base not to have to ask your friends to come like it. You will
Yeah.
have a
That's
fan
true.
base that will
Well,
actually
maybe I'll
want to do that.
maybe I'll start one. I
I
have to
don't know
figure
what
out
the
where.
question was, though.
Basically, how can I leverage my social media so that I'm not so annoying? What can I do so that I don't run my
Be informative.
audience away?
I think being informative is your one way of gaining an audience that will not only like you for being you, but they'll want to come back to your social media platforms in order to learn something
And
from
also,
you.
the most important thing in social media, I think, when it comes, based on the question, is you can't only use it to promote things. Also use it to talk to people
Yes.
and stuff.
It's
If
a real thing.
every
It's
single
real.
post is just promoting something that you're doing, then people are going to tune you out if they're not interested.
Because you become less human and you become a
Yeah,
product.
exactly.
Yes.
Also, I would step back from yourself and see yourself as somebody reading your information. Are you interesting?
Ah.
If you're not,
What are you
maybe,
interested? Yeah.
maybe word things differently. Constantly seeing a tweet from somebody saying, "Eating breakfast right now." That's not interesting.
It's not.
That might be interesting.
Oh
for your
my
mom
So
God.
how
who
would
lives
you
40
say that you're
miles away
eating
from
breakfast
you.
right now?
I would.
I would maybe,
Would you?
you know, if this was my type of normal post, I would say,
Hashtag
this is what I'm
blessed.
having for breakfast today, and I would link to a picture with like arrows saying like, this has X amount of antioxidants in it. This has X amount of blah blah blah.
makes
You
sense.
should have
And then
this
she would write
amount of
hashtag
see
blessed.
that, and
antioxidants in a day.
that's great because mine would be like, if I'm gonna post about breakfast, it's like, whoa, what is this? French toast wrapped in an egg, wrapped in bacon, wrapped in more French toast. Holy damn! And then you that's exciting for me. Like, and that is.
and that definitely
Mine would
shows
say
you.
like, damn, look at this breakfast, and then it would be like hashtag boner breakfast, and then a picture of delicious breakfast.
So in that you have entertainment, humor, information. What is it that you want to provide, right?
Yes.
So you want to think about those things. Who's your audience gonna be? And because of that, I mean, we make up a group of very different individuals. This is one of the reasons why I think you guys enjoy it, because if you don't want, dumb health things from me, maybe you want bacon from his, and you'll seek out his Twitter as opposed to mine. And so you have to know your audience. You have to know what you want to present to your audience and how you want to present yourself. It's all branding. If you go back to it, I'm so about branding.
And then
Yeah.
all you're
here's,
doing.
Well, and
well,
that's
here's the
the-
other thing too, is sometimes you'll want to brand yourself in one way, and then someone will latch, like a bunch of people will latch onto one thing that you did that they really liked, and then you as a business person will have to be like, oh, maybe that's the one I should go with because that's the one that everyone seems to like
Yeah.
from me. And then even if that's not, look, none of us are exactly like how we portray ourselves on camera, but that's the thing that people seem to attach to about us.
That's one of the
So
reasons why I love this show,
we
because
elevate it.
I think
It
you
should-
guys get to see us how we communicate with each other.
Yeah.
on a regular basis, when you see us in Game Bang, we are...
Shut up!
It's a heightened
idiot.
version of us, right? And, I mean, Sohinki and I constantly fight all day. Flitz and I hug all day. But it's like...
Well,
it's
we
like,
don't fight all day.
We fight kind of a lot. But in Game Bang, you see that in a heightened state. On this show, you get to just kind of see us, like, really down and honest and just... I think it's one of the reasons why this is such a cool show.
Yeah.
Just had to.
So so I want, I'm a bit obsessed with branding as well. Different tools. We're getting into the influencer tools. What tools did you discover building up to the influencer tools? Were there anything that, like, you were like, okay, from this level, how can I raise myself on a platform as an entertainer?
Sorry, I can't, wait, hold on. I can't do both at the same time. Strategy. I think strategy with everything that you put out there, because you have to assume that someone is always watching your social media, whether it's a company or a producer or someone who might want to pick you up out of nowhere. If you think about it, Ian and Anthony were just making videos and someone was like, hey, you guys have something in you that I want to expand on.
Giggity.
And and someone saw that in them when they were teenagers. So you never know who's watching. And so whatever you do, remember that you can strategize with it, right? It's you know, hashtags are a thing that I think people use ironically, but at the same time, you can use them strategically. You know, tagging certain companies, that's a strategy. I think learning all these tools as you grow is a really, really important thing. As far as tools go, if there's ever a trend, Snapchat was a trend where I think at the start of it, no one really knew how big it was going to get. But as soon as you start seeing that it is big, jump on it quickly. And
or better yet, be an early adopter, something before it gets big, and then it becomes like, try to be intuitive about it. It's like, this is something that is not, this isn't just a copy of Twitter or a copy of Instagram or something. Like, this is brand new, and I bet a bunch of people are going to jump all over it.
Yeah.
So and you might even find your voice, your platform.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand Vine. I don't think in terms of humor in 6 seconds. That's crazy to me.
You could be the reason that site gets big too. It's like, wow, this guy's funny on this platform or whatever it is.
And then once you and that opens doors, because once you get better at it, you start reaching out to the people who created the platform. They recognize you, and then they start to raise you on their platform because you helped raise them. Arian,
would you
Pato,
say that they raised you
stop
up?
Spamming the faces.
I do want to reiterate what Sohinki said, though. I think that is very important to be an early adopter. And, you know, just like YouTube videos, sometimes it's kind of a grind. You may be getting 2 views, but keep grinding those out. 50 videos in, maybe you're getting 1,000. You know, it's going to be a tough...
It's a growing process.
Yeah,
people will get
tough.
big for weird random reasons sometimes. And, so keep at it, even if you're not seeing the results immediately.
I think it's knowing, having that intuition whether something is good or not. And as difficult as it is, you have to be more than just you watching it. You have to imagine yourself as somebody else, a stranger watching it, a 11-year-old watching it, a 40-year-old watching it. Who's your audience? And make sure that it's good material. You want to create good material. Maybe it'll take time.
And you know what good is. This is a thing I've learned. You know, everyone knows what good is. Everyone knows what good is. Everyone sees what they like, and then they know what it is that they like about it. As an artist, do your damnedest to recreate it over and over again. You try to, and then you continue to make it better and better and better. Before you know it, you're doing an amazing thing that before, if you didn't try at all, you weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
You weren't exercising anything.
With that said, it will take a lot of effort and
Yes.
a lot of doing it over and over and over again. NPR's Ira Glass has this amazing quote, and I will botch it up, I promise you, but it is so good, about having to do a bunch of bad work until you understand what good work is. And, you know, producing terrible things, but having that mindset of what you want it to be. And if you have a vision of what you want it to be, producing many, many videos that isn't quite there yet will help you get to the place where you want to be.
But also, oh geez, they spotted me. Going back to what Flitz said, I think a lot of people like know what quality is, and maybe you don't quite know how to reach there, but you should be your own harshest critic in that, like, look, if I'm watching a video that said I'm gonna put up on my channel and I'm bored, then I scrap it. Because if I'm bored watching my own video, then who's gonna enjoy it?
See, and that's a different that's fun because that's a different process than mine. I just go, okay, what can I pile on this? And I just give.
No, but that's another way to do it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, what can I add?
do that
What's
sometimes.
missing? I love sound effects. Sound effects in my videos, like people would complain. They'd be like, sound effect. I'm like, it's not yours. I made it. I like the sound effects. They entertain me. My attention span can't deal with this video without the sound effects because your attention span is more sensitive than mine, or more sensitive than mine, and you can't handle it. It's not my problem. I want to create an amazing thing, and 9 times out of 10, the majority enjoys it more than the vocal minority. So it's a matter of figuring it out and self-editing and figuring it out for yourself what you can do, what the potential greatest outcome of the thing is. People do need to embrace that there is no such thing as perfect, and a lot of things, just unless it's bad, and you know if it's bad, don't use your bias towards the bad. Use the bias towards how good it can be and the potential of it. If you can touch the potential of what it can be, keep working on it. But if you're like, I'm at my wit's end, this is what it is, I put time into it, I will put it out in the universe. There's nothing wrong with saying, after you post it, hey, I put into this, I'm open to feedback. This is also, it comes back to the forums. Guys, we have forums. You can even upload a video privately, upload the private link to link the private link in the forums and get feedback on your content. That is why the freaking alliance exists. That is freaking
maybe you don't quite know. It's like no matter what you try, you feel like this still isn't good. Then maybe at this learning phase, it's okay to, like he said, throw it out there and be like, hey guys, I know this isn't the best work. Can you maybe give me suggestions on how it could be better? That kind of thing.
It's the advice that I need to take myself the most, but as it says on a wall on Facebook, it's better done than perfect. So really, it's like if you're seeking perfection, you're never gonna get it done, and it's better to get the work out there. And I find it to be the hardest thing for me because I don't think I'm a perfectionist, but if it's not a quality that I think it should be, then I just won't get it done. And it's probably just me making an excuse for being a procrastinator. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But it goes back to the fact that we all struggle too. At this point,
Oh my gosh, that
we're
was the coolest
still
thing ever. Sorry.
struggling as well. So just know that you're not alone
Yeah.
in trying to produce videos.
Straight up though, was that on the screen? Because that was like the dopest.
yes.
It was on screen tiny. 'Cause I was talking.
So, thank you guys for watching. Senpai has been reading the chat. You guys really like emoticons. Stop. They don't add anything to the conversation. And I will warn people once. We can have mods in here now. I will warn people once, and then I'll kick you out. I don't know if it lasts forever. I highly doubt it. Probably 24 hours, but don't be a dick. Shout out to Antonio Nogueira. I can't say your last name. Shama Dantomonda. Can't say your name either. Shama Dantonda. That's great.
Shamadanda.
Snarf Knuckle, the pirate horse. Hey, man.
Awesome.
Whoa, that's a name. Smurf Knuckle.
Snarf Knuckle, the pirate horse.
Snarf Knuckle.
Anjali, Vaid, Drew Rivers, It's Briz 2Z60.
Nah, no one else matters. You should just
I'm
stop.
going to make an example out of you because you really don't get it, do you?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
not
Someone
cool.
getting
Like
blocked?
it's like it's yeah. Like
Oh,
that's not. It's just
damn.
not cool. So should I
Ruh-roh.
block or should I flag for spam? I'm gonna flag for spam. That's your warning. That's your one warning. Thank you all for watching. Super duper seriously, thank you. Courtney Bolanger, Smosh Fan 2000, ZBB2, Major Gamer. Oh, there you go. Scroll. Let's scroll. Omar King, Alonzo, Star Music, Waffle Universe. That's amazing.
Oh, shit.
Ariane Pato, Speed Demon, Pro Fox Gaming, Dr. Diamonds. Again, you shouldn't have stabbed that guy. Kitty 9412, Casey Martinez, Lazit Nava, Hattie Drago,
Cool.
Jari Bonnell, Elise Pooh, Tired Twinkles. Oh, look at you. All right, Briz, you've been warned. You're getting blocked. Thank you all for watching. Playing with my patience, man. Ain't cool. Like, don't be a dick. Thank you all for watching. Super duper love you all. Appreciate you, man. Like, just stay strong. Be awesome. Don't do drugs. And if you're gonna do drugs that are legal, do it responsibly if you're old
Hard
enough.
work.
Hard work can
Determination.
be a drug. Meditate.
Inspiration.
Inspiration,
Aspiration. Doing
communication.
The thing, Lionheart.
Lionheart, the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, right? Lionheart. They have no idea what
No,
that movie is.
Dragonheart.
Thanks for watching. Until the next time you see us, work
Oh,
with what
geez.
you got to get what you want and do the damn thing.
Love wins.
You know it's kind of weird when you guys do the Marhinky thing, because they're more like brother and sister than fornicating butt lovers. Have you met Sir Ray's? We shine a spotlight on Sir Ray's, one of the most enthusiastic Alliance members you'll ever meet. You're going to want to click on that. Also, what? We got vlogs now. Get to know us better as we explore E3 every Thursday and then continue to expose you to who we are as Smosh Games. Hearts.